Oh, it's that time again. It's 2K Kingslayer back here in the 2K film room where we break down plays and freelances for NBA 2K19. Today, we are going to be talking about one of the most highly requested freelance tutorials. But before we get into that, I'm going to ask you to please take a look in that lower left-hand corner there. You're going to see my Twitter. Go subscribe to me over there. I post a lot of entertaining stuff as well as updates. And please be sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button if you support sim gameplay, which is what I'm trying to promote with this video. Now, before we get into the freelance, I just want to let you guys know, please make sure you watch my videos on how to run freelances and plays. The links to both of those will be at the very end of this video if you haven't checked them out yet. So you can skip to that and watch them first. Okay, so let's talk about the PACE Freelance. Now, the principles of the PACE Freelance are as such. You're going to look at those little post-it notes there on my wall next to my bloody katana. I got to clean that up sometime soon. But so this is the simplest freelance, more or less, out of all your options in 2K19. It's returned from last year and not too much has changed about it. But the idea is you're going to get a lot of pick and rolls. Most of the branches are just 1 or 2 steps. So like I said, all revolving around pick and rolls, on-ball pick and rolls, and not terribly complicated. And then finally, this is a great freelance to use if you want to kill guys that are double teaming you, because you can quickly pass out of it and punish them for doing that. So you know how some dudes online will just kind of try and trap you in the corner every possession with double teams? Well, that's not going to work with this, as long as you know what you're doing. So, like I said, very easy freelance. This is a good beginner freelance if you've never really run them before. But let's get into the gym first, and then we'll show you some examples of the freelance working online against real human opponents. So, first of all, first branch that you can get is a simple pick and roll. I mean, it don't get any easier than that, right? Pick and roll at the top of the arc there, and this is a 5 out. Let's call it what it is. Okay, so a lot of you guys are gonna like this. Second branch that you can run, get it into the wing like that. Back, open 3-pointer. So that was more of a pick and pop than a pick and roll. But as you can see, I mentioned in one of those sticky notes that pretty much every branch is just 1 or 2 steps, right? Easy. Okay, so here's another branch that you can get from that same wing position. You'll get a pick there, and then the screener will go and screen for the man that's in the corner who can come up, and if he can knock down threes like Kevin Love can, he's going to drill that. It's going to be wide open a lot of the time. This branch you can see in other freelances as well. This is not specific to the PACE, but it'll work a few times. It doesn't work that consistently. And a third option you can get from this wing position is a triple pick and roll, which is pretty awesome. So a lot of times you'll get double pick and rolls in a lot of plays that you'll find in playbooks, a lot of FIS 92 plays and stuff like that. But yeah, triple pick and roll. Again, how do you trigger specific ones out of the wings? It really depends on where your guys are all positioned, so it's hard to kind of control that. But we're going to jump into an online game here that I had against the Brooklyn Nets using the Cavs. And you can see we haven't lost a game yet. However, this game right here, very laggy, extremely laggy. The latency was crazy, so it was really low scoring, and both teams were shooting an extremely low percentage. But if you run into a situation like that, and you will, knowing 2K servers, PACE Freelance is a great freelance to use because, like I said, it's simple and going to be pretty efficient, low turnovers, right? So right here, showing you that first branch at the top of the key, we went away from the screen and got the nice dump pass. This time, that's a nice pass. That's a really nice pass right there. So let's run that back and see what just happened. So we got that screen, and remember I said about double team? So he's not paying attention. Defender in the corner fell asleep, and your man's gonna cut in that position. The AI or the flow tech or whatever you want to call it this year is extremely smart on your team, so you're gonna get a lot of cuts. And right here we're just using the spacing again off of the defender that was out of position, trying to double team an off ball. At halftime, the score is 19-15, okay? So like I said, this was a pretty rough game. Not great, not a great game, but we stuck with it. Again there, we get that side pick and roll from the wing. Inside that time, patient, pump fake, simple. That's really the motto of the PACE Freelance, is simple basketball. And I found his weakness here is moving away from the screens. So you're gonna see me do that a couple times in this game. The screen's gonna come up and I'm gonna move away from it instead of into it because he's having trouble defending that. There it is again, away from the screen. Tristan Thompson knocking down a nice easy jumper. He's gotta call a timeout because we're cutting this lead very slowly because of all this latency, but we're moving along here. That time we go against the screen, swing the ball around the outside, inside, there's a cut, Kevin Love, and what are you gonna do about that? Kevin Love taking advantage in the post, using that PACE Freelance, and there's that double team, and you know what happens with double teams. Ooh, that was pretty. Look at that passing. Let's run that back. They double team me there. Find the seam, Kyle Korver from the baseline. We end up winning this game, but I felt like I would have been robbing you guys if I only showed you that game right there because that was a rough one. Final score 37-29. Oof. I mean, Kevin Love did have a nice game, 13 and 9. Tristan Thompson close to a double-double, but yeah, our third highest scorer had 5 points, so we got to try another one. Gonna run back another game online here. We picked the Cavs again, just for consistency, and who do we get matched up with? The Cavs. You gotta love mirror matchups. I don't know how they're still allowing this in 2K19. It's infuriating. Why would you think that we want to play against the same team? You know what? Whatever. Let's get back to the gameplay. So, not nearly as much latency on this one. You're gonna see the scoring is gonna come a lot easier. Moving away from the picks, different opponent, but people have trouble defending that. It's tricky. Matter of fact, we're gonna catch him with it again here. Look at that. Lane is wide open. Tristan Thompson trailing just in case to get that offensive rebound. If he needed to, but he didn't in that position. So PACE, we get the double screens as opposed to the triple screens here. Pass the ball around. He tried a double team, and what happens with double teams? Doesn't work against PACE Freelance. Doesn't work. He sends 2 defenders over. We swing the ball to Kevin Love. Bada bing. And yeah, he's out of there. Adios, my friend. He's tapping out. But guys, that's the PACE Freelance. It's nice and easy, kind of a short video. We got like a game and a half worth of highlights on this one. And there's not a whole lot to say about it because it's simple. It's very self-explanatory. And like I said, if you're new to freelances, this is a good one to start off with because of how simple it is. But just because it's simple doesn't mean that it doesn't work. And like I said, if you see double teams, great freelance for double team spammers. But hope you enjoyed this one. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Let me know what freelance you want me to go over next. And until next time, happy gaming, y'all.